Hi, this is Greg, and today I'm going to talk about how Donald Trump smoked Nancy Pelosi last week, and it's going to be fun. Now look, this isn't a political channel, okay, it's a business and investment channel, and that's what we talk about. We talk about business investment in the digital age, but I just could not resist this week. I saw the funniest thing last week, which was how Donald Trump basically outmaneuvered and smoked Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer. So I just felt like I had to talk about it today. So I'm going to do that. So Donald Trump proved once again that he is playing three-dimensional chess while Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi are playing checkers. Now look, you can say what you want about Donald Trump. You may love him, you may hate him. Again, this isn't a political channel, so I'm not going to make any statements about that. But the one observation I do make is that Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi are very old, very politically entrenched, and very machine politic-oriented political hacks that have been in Washington forever, far too long, far past their freshness date. And when it comes to dealing with Donald Trump, they just are not equipped mentally or psychologically to deal with a guy like him. Now, by this time, if you've been watching the news or anything like that, you know that the White House and congressional Democrats were wrangling on and on and on, weeks and weeks and weeks, over this additional stimulus package because the $600 a week that the unemployed people were getting is running out, and a bunch of other things. So as you probably know, if you've been watching the news, the Democrats some time ago passed this $3.4 trillion supplemental aid package, which had all kinds of nonsense and shenanigans in it, including approximately $1 trillion to bail out the states. And of course, the problem that the Republicans had with this was, a lot of that money was going to basically Democratic blue states that basically have mismanaged their states financially for many, many years. And as a result, the Republicans did not want to be party to basically bailing them out. So basically, these two political hacks, Nancy Pelosi and Chucky Schumer, they view the situation like they're going to gain some kind of leverage over the president, right? In other words, they're using the misfortunes of the American people due to the pandemic to try to gain leverage over the president and A, make him look bad and never give him a win, and B, try to use the leverage to get their way and just get more and more spending out the door. Of course, what they did was grossly underestimate Trump and his ability to surprise and do shock and awe, if you will. And he basically, at the end of this ridiculous number of sessions, like 12 negotiating sessions or something like that, he surprised everybody by just saying, okay, I'm going to do it. If you guys can't get your act together, if you're not going to be reasonable, if you're not going to do something that is somewhat reasonable and somewhat doable from a financial perspective, I'm just going to do it myself through executive order. So basically what Trump proposed to do is extend the $600 supplemental unemployment amount of money that was going to people, lowered it to $400 with the states kicking in $100. Second, he proposed pausing the payroll taxes, which is basically what the government takes out of your paycheck for Social Security and Medicare. He also proposed to suspend interest payments on student loans to help out the students. And then he also put in there an eviction ban and basically directed the Department of Health and Human Services to look at a way to provide federal funds so that there would be less people getting evicted, and they could extend the eviction bans, to help people with their apartment rents. So as a result, last Sunday, Pelosi and Schumer get up there, and they throw a big press conference, and they say that, the president's proposal is inadequate, it's paltry, they called it meager, right, meager. and it provided no real help to families. Okay, I think, and I could tell by looking at Nancy Pelosi's face, and she was also interviewed by Chris Wallace later on Sunday, early in the morning actually, and she just looked like she was shell-shocked, like she had no idea what had just happened to her. She didn't anticipate that this was going to happen. She thought she was using leverage, and the whole thing fell in on her and completely collapsed. For some reason, I love watching this whole thing unfold, and I love watching these like very substandard people, these political hacks who really have never created a job, they've never met a payroll, they've never created anything of value in their entire lives. And by the way, Nancy Pelosi is 80 years old. Okay, now I have nothing against 80-year-olds. Okay, I got a lot of friends that are 80 years old, and someday I'm going to be 80 years old. So I got nothing against that. But these people are so far beyond their freshness date that it's just really almost sad to watch her stumble through sentences. She's almost as bad as Joe Biden. She's not quite as bad as Joe Biden because he's like Weekend at Bernie's brain dead. But aside from that, it's just really almost sad. It's almost like elder abuse that these people are still in office and they're still trying to compete with a guy who's clearly got all of his faculties intact. So how do the Dems, really respond to this? I mean, they've been completely smoked, completely outmaneuvered. So what's their fallback position? Well, their fallback position is very easy. They're going to throw up a legal challenge. That's their answer to everything. Use the courts as a substitute for doing their job and accomplishing real legislative action. So what are they going to do? I mean, realistically, they're going to go to the courts and fight to stop people from getting aid that they really need? I mean, is that really what they're going to do? I mean, it's so great. It's so great. Like there's no way out of this for them. There's no way. All they can do is come crawling back to the negotiating table and sit down with their hat in their hand and, please, Mr. Trump, let's come up with some kind of an agreement so we can call it a victory and we can go back and go on TV and say that we dominated you and use it as leverage in the election. Please. So Nancy Pelosi is going to be head of the party that basically takes things away from people that the president gives to them. That's a very strong platform to run on. I think that's a winner. Yeah, let's sign that one up. Let's sign that one up, okay? Good. I got it. Thank you. So this proves, in my mind, that political hacks continue to run the Democratic Party. Actually, octogenarian political hacks that have been in Washington for 40 years run the party. It's the party of machine politics, completely disassociated from what's going on in the world. And I won't get into all that now, but it brings me to the guy at the top of the ticket, who is the funniest and most misplaced of all, which is Joe Biden, the Weekend at Bernie candidate. And, all I can say is good luck with him. It's going to be extremely humorous in the months to come to see what he brings to the table and the complete hilarity that is going to ensue when he debates Trump. That's going to be very humorous and very enjoyable. So anyway, if you like this content, please like it, subscribe, and hit the bell. I'm interested in your comments too. I'm sure this will engender a lot of hate comments. But most of the content that I put out on this channel is business and investment oriented. Sometimes I just can't resist the political commentary because it's fun. And stay tuned, and I'll be coming to you very shortly with some more content very soon. Thank you for watching.